Good morning, everyone. I'm Flor Sanchez Reza. I'm the District Parent Liaison. Welcome back to another school year. Thank you for being here with us. I'm going to take the time to introduce our campus parent liaisons for the district. First, we're going to start off with Ms. Becca from Loya Elementary. Next, we have Ms. Natividad from Alarcon Elementary. Next, we have Ms. Emma Perez from Borrego Elementary. Next, we have Ms. Laura Chavez from Garcia Enriquez Middle School. And finally, we have Ms. Portillo. She's from San Elizario High School. Next, I'm going to be introducing Dr. Mesa Chavez, Superintendent of the district, and she's going to be sharing some announcements with us.
Good morning, Ms. Flor. Thank you once again. We are beginning the 22-23 school year, and so we have a fantastic lineup of Mission Progressing Together parent meetings. Please remember that this is your space for us to be able to communicate with you district information, but also the opportunity for you to ask questions. Our Mission Progressing Together meetings are set up so that our parents, community can come in, ask us questions about our school district, and see how we can move forward together. As part of the announcements that we have today, aside welcoming you to a new year, we want to make sure that our students are champions in the classroom, but you as parents are champions helping students. We know that our teachers can't do it all alone. We need your collaboration, we need your support. Be advised that we do have early release starting Friday, August 26th. We do have a Labor Day holiday, which is in September. I know it's crazy that it's August and we're already talking about September, but it's going to come quickly. The information being provided is so that you're able to plan accordingly. Please be advised also that we have the GEMS Parent-Teacher Conferences, which are September 13th, and our San Elizario High School Parent-Teacher Conference, which is September 15th. One of the reminders that we want to make sure that all of our campus parents are doing is helping us update your student information. It's really important, especially with all the safety information that we'll be presenting to you today. We want to make sure that you're aware that we are going to be double checking IDs to make sure that our students are safe and that only the individuals that are authorized by you, the parent, are able to pick up your children. So it does help for you to go in and make the request in person for any changes in terms of updating your student information. That includes people for pickup, that includes any changes on phone numbers or email or anything like that. The more you're able to help us, that helps us keep our students safe. With that being said, I'm going to bring Ms. Flor back up and she's going to continue with the rest of our presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Mesa. As Dr. Mesa was mentioning, we have a lot of information on the clipboards. That information is for you to take home. We have provided you with a bell schedule from all the campuses. They will be on this side, but on your clipboard, there's some information that you're welcome to take home, okay? Also, we have a flyer. It's regarding an academy for students that have ADHD. If you're interested, the information is there as well. Next, we have Mr. Hawkins. He's the Director for Nutrition Services, and he'll be giving you information regarding the portions that are being served at the campuses as well, the food that is being served.
Thank you, Ms. Flo. Good morning, everyone. It really is nice to be here with you. One of the things that we really enjoy is having an opportunity to show you what we serve our kids. Today, we have a sampling set up for you that includes and represents what we serve our students. These are items taken from our menu, prepared for you in the same manner that we prepare them for our students. So I hope you'll take an opportunity to have some breakfast menudo, some tamales, there's taquitos de carnitas, and there's some lasagna. Thank you. You know, one of the things that is very important is that a child must be ready to learn. He starts his day after a long break of nutrition during the night. Studies show that children who receive breakfast at school consume what they really need to start the day. And it consists of items that away from school, they don't really consume on a regular, ongoing basis. For example, our breakfast meal pattern requires that we serve whole grains, fruits or vegetables, and dairy. Now, one of the things that is real hard to get kids to consume on a regular, ongoing basis away from school is whole grain items and enough fresh fruits and vegetables. So breakfast focuses on those. It focuses on grains because it provides the carbohydrates that they need to get their brain going in the morning. We also pair our grains with a protein, often in our menu. We add the protein, even though it's not required at breakfast, because it is something that we are accustomed to having. I'll give you an example. A burrito of egg and chorizo. That's very common what we eat. And so oftentimes you're going to see that we've adjusted our menus to not only provide the whole grain, but to add a meat serving to provide protein to further prepare our students for learning during the day. So right now, 63% of the needs of a child at an elementary are provided at breakfast in the fruit category. We also provide 48% of those that are in middle school of their daily needs and 51% of their daily need at the high school level. In the dairy category, and that's primarily milk, a child just by having breakfast will have 39% of what he needs in the dairy. A middle schooler and a high schooler will get 40% of their daily needs. In the grain category, remember they're whole grains, a child receives by having breakfast across the board about 33% of his daily needs. We work with students very directly. Right now we have a meeting set up at the high school with our student advisory committee that looks at our menu and makes recommendations of what's working for them and what's not. We're also working with the high school level to do the same thing. And we are setting up some taste testing for students. So at lunchtime, we switch from just carbohydrates and we include more requirements for fresh fruit and vegetables. So you're gonna see additional servings during lunch. Again, we see that students who eat at school consume much more of fruits and vegetables than they would if they brought lunch from home or if they ate away from the cafeteria. Our staff is very committed to preparing items that our children will consume. There's an Institute of Medicine that must meet every 5 years and make adjustments to the meal pattern that we serve our students. So the United States Department of Agriculture takes those recommendations and develops those requirements. We in turn implement those requirements. One of the things that we ask of you as parents is to help us introduce items at home that are whole grain, use more fruits and vegetables, because those are the things that our students are not consuming on a regular, ongoing basis. Please take a moment and sample the food. This is what we serve our children. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mr. Hackes, for that information. Next, we have Mr. Jesus Martinez, Director of Support Services, and Mr. Cardona, Supervisor of Security.
Thank you, Ms. Flor. Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you're having a great week so far. My name is Jesus Martinez, and I'm the Support Services Director for the school district. And along with me this morning is Mr. Jose Cardona, the Security Supervisor for the district. We'll be going through a special safety publication that is actually in our district website that you can find on the main page. You go to the main page, you go under departments, and then you go to support services and then look for security. Once you're in the security page, you'll find the publication. So I'll go ahead and pass the mic over to Mr. Cardona, and he'll be taking us through the key safety measures we have in our district. Mr. Cardona.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Welcome everybody, good morning. I just wanted to go ahead and highlight some of the safety measures that we already have in place in this publication. Once you get online and see it, if you go to page 3, you will find all of our security measures. We start off with a secure perimeter. What does that mean? Well, it means that all campus perimeter gates are locked after the first bell. We only have one designated point to go in and out of that campus after that first bell. A security officer is posted at the main gate to greet and pre-screen visitors before directing them to the designated parking area and the main entrance to the campus. When the visitor arrives at the main entrance to the campus building, school office personnel will request all visitors to present an ID to the door camera for verification and additional screening. All exterior campus doors are locked throughout the day with visitor access only through the main entrance. We do periodic checks to make sure that this is done. Our security personnel goes around, checks that all the doors are secure during the school instruction. We also have the main entry doors surveillance camera. This camera allows the screening of the individuals before they even come into the campus. They need to present an ID and verify that they have legitimate business within our campus before they can actually be let in. Once they're inside, we have a school check-in system, which is a visitor management security software that quickly registers, tracks, and issues a pass to approved visitors. Once they check their ID, the information goes through a national database for registered sex offenders. If once it gets there and the name gets cleared, a visitor pass gets printed out and issued out to the visitor. If it's not, it will sound an alert for us so that we can take the appropriate measures. Not only that, we also have about 236 interior and exterior surveillance cameras that are in place district-wide. Cameras are installed in all entrances and exits, and cameras in multiple other places inside and outside the schools and facilities. We're also very glad to have the cooperation of El Paso County Sheriff's Office with us. We have 2 SROs, or school resource officers, that are assigned to our district. Normally they're housed in the high school and one in the middle school. The reason being is because they're the 2 opposite ends. They do make periodic checks to the elementaries, and they're available upon request. Anything that they need, they can respond to that. So that's more like a centralized location that they have. The SROs are a great resource. They provide presentations on various subjects, guidance, and plan development. They can also assist with campus security measures and emergency response situations. The SROs, they also play a crucial part in mentoring students throughout daily interaction. And needless to say, we have our San Elizario Independent School District Security Department. We provide services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, including all holidays, with campus guard and district patrol personnel stationed in every campus during the school day. District patrol officers monitor and conduct campuses site walkthroughs during the evening and graveyard shifts, monitoring for theft, vandalism, and illegal intrusion. Security personnel also provide security services during athletic and special events. The San Elizario Independent School District has installed 65 environmental smart sensors in restrooms in San Elizario High School, Garcia Enriquez Middle School, Alarcón, and Borrego Elementary. These are sensors that they can detect vaping, or any type of illegal drug, it will send out an alarm if anything gets detected inside those restrooms. We do conduct safety drills. As you might know, this week we're conducting lockdown drills and all through our district. It's safety and security to meet all mandatory requirements and to nurture a safe and secure learning environment. Among the drill exercises the San Elizario conducts are the lockdown drills, secure, evacuate, shelter in place for hazmat, shelter in place for severe weather, and of course fire drills. These drills are part of our standard response protocol that was mandated by the Governor Abbott. We do come with an anonymous reporting tip system that ensures that students, staff, parents, and community members have an additional way to report any issues that might impact the district and its population. It is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The tip line can be accessed through the district website. Look for the San Elizario Independent School District tip line and the main page. We do count with a mass communication system that provides efficient platform for notifying a mass audience such as parents, students, and district staff on important events happening in the district, including emergency communication. This system can be sent mass communication via text, voice message, and email. Also, if you go to page 5, it gives you some pretty good tips and reminders for students and parents regarding our safety. Especially if you see or hear something, report it. It is better than reported than we go check out the information. If it turns out to be something that is not an alarm or not an urgency, it's better than not having it at all. So by all means, if you see anything, report it. And to help us out, we ask for your assistance planning for extra time. Sometimes when visiting our campus, now allow yourself a little bit of extra time. As you come into the front gate, our security officers will be asking you for your ID, and we'll be pre-screening every visitor. We want to make sure that everybody goes in with plenty of time. Okay. Take the time to get familiar with the student handbook. It is valuable information to ensure students' optimal and safe learning environment. If you have any questions regarding the student dress code or the phone use, this student handbook is a very, very valuable source for that information. We're asking also for cooperation because all students, except for the high school students, they are required to wear a uniform. Middle school and high school students must have their campus issued identification visible on them. This ID must be worn throughout the day. Students' IDs are also required for boarding a school bus. And it makes it easier to identify that we make sure that we have the personnel, the people inside our campuses have a legitimate business. All our employees are clearly identified by their employee badge. We want to make sure that we can identify also our students and our visitors. And if we move over to page 6, it tells you pretty much about the safety and emergency notification. And we know that this is essential. Whenever a situation occurs, parents, me as a parent, we want to know what is going on in a very, very quickly. Unfortunately, because sometimes we're working alongside with law enforcement, our information that we get is a little bit limited. And we will issue out the information as soon as we have it in a timely manner. We just don't want to compromise anything else that is going on. But we do appreciate your patience when it comes to those notifications. There's a lot of different ways to get notified. We have our district website, our social media, our district app. Okay. Remember that our mass communication system can send you a telephone call, a text message, email, website, social media. But it is very important that we have our information updated. Sometimes we tend to try to notify somebody and we find out that those telephones are not operational or they're not correct. So please update your information on our website. We also share on page number 7 the district calendar for this year, 2022 and 2023. If you take a minute, it is very, very informative. It tells you all about the activities that are going to be happening, testing, off days, anything like that. And our page 6 is Very nice. It's our communication department, of course. It gives us the address and the website, the telephone numbers when they can be reached. Well, with that, is there any questions that you all might have in regard to this information or just in security in general? All right. Then we're gonna go ahead and pass the mic here to Ms. Flor. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Next, we're gonna have the segment of questions and answers with our superintendent and the leadership that we have here. As a matter of fact, on your clipboard, you have an index card. You're more than welcome to write any questions or comments that you would like to ask either Dr. Mesa Chavez or one of the administrators, or you just can do it by microphone. Are there any questions that you might have? If you want to take a few minutes and write them down on your index card, please.
All right, and while you all take the moment to write down those questions or comments, please remember that these meetings are to provide you with information. Everything that we're doing today, we're being very intentful of standing right here, right at the bottom where the little X is, because the meeting is being recorded. The meeting is actually going to be recorded today at 8:30 to 9:30 is our English Progressing Together meeting, and then we have the next meeting starting at 9:30 to 10:30. What we then do is take every single one of the handouts that are here, and we also attach them to the electronic newsletter. So the presentation that you had Mr. Cardona, our security supervisor, speaking to is actually going to be attached in that electronic newsletter. So we're going to be sending that out. And we do that so that we know that you as parents are busy, but we know that you also want to have the information. So those meetings every month, be expecting that you come here in person. For those of you who are here today, you're treated to the breakfast that we had from our child nutrition department, which gives you a really good idea of how good our kids are eating here in our San Isidro Independent School District. I do want to take the time to thank all of our child nutrition employees, and if we can, give them a really big hand, because they have continued to nourish our students through all types of seasons and times that we've been here in San Isidro that we've been through. And then of course, I'd like another applause for our support services and our security personnel, because they continue to keep us safe. And as we continue with everything that we're doing for the San Isidro Independent School District, we just want to remind you that these meetings are recorded in English and Spanish, and we send them out in both languages. So anything that you think you missed, we're going to get it to you. Do we have any questions or comments that are coming in? And
Overall, in general, not so much if you don't have any regarding the.
all right, they're going to let us out easy without too many questions, right? All right. If we don't have any questions, we have a shy group. They get a little bit intense as we go into the rest of the year, right? I don't know if we're just waking up like the kids, that's what's happening. But please know that as parents and community members, any visitors coming into any one of our facilities, that we are asking that you identify yourself at our point of entry, like Mr. Cardona indicated. Please make sure you have your ID ready. And that's actually a practice that we as employees are following. So we want to encourage you to be prepared so that you're able to show us who you are and the purpose for visiting our campuses. You're obviously always welcome, but we want to make sure that we know who's on our district property in order to keep everyone safe. And with that being said, I think we're almost at a wrap-up point. It's been a fast and furious morning. Such pressure, you all are hovering over. Ms. Flor, any specific announcements on the handouts while our parent is writing? Any specific information that we want to hand out or go over with them?
Like I mentioned earlier, we have the bell schedules from your campuses on this table over here. If you haven't received them yet, you're more than welcome to get the bell schedule from your campus on this table.
Okay, so this question has to do with the dyeing of children's hair. Is it okay that I was told that the color of the hair needs to be changed because it's a different color? And so I know that we have a student code of conduct in place. I have Dr. Segovia come on up and see how we can best address that. And so I know that we try to make sure that we don't have a distraction in classrooms. That's why the code of conduct and as well as the dress code is in place. So Dr. Segovia?
Thank you, Dr. Ms. Chavez. Good morning. Buenos dias. So it depends on the grade level. So if you have children in the lower grades, in the elementaries, the different hair color is not allowed. You have to have, or your children have to have natural hair color. Once you go to the high school, there is flexibility on that. But that's the way the dress code is read. So if you do have a child that's in the elementary levels, and they have an unnatural hair color, say pink, orange, then at that point, you will be asked to change that. At the secondary level, particularly at the high school, that's where there's some flexibility for students, okay? And that's just kind of the way the dress code was developed.
Very good. And just remember that these meetings, if it has to do individually with your child, we're going to have administration be here because these meetings are particularly to provide you information. Yes, ask the questions, but to protect the privacy of the child, we want to make sure that we address you separately. So if the question is more on additional hair color, then we're going to wait for that at the conclusion. So.
El problema para mí no es que le cambiemos el color. De hecho, el tinte que yo les pongo se les cae como en 15 días, ¿sí? El problema para mí es que mis hijos me dicen, bueno, es particularmente mi hijo, yo digo, mamá, el coach me regañó que porque traigo el pelo así. También mi hija también trae el pelo teñido de un color de fantasía y también me dijo, mamá, también me llamaron la atención. O sea, si ya hablaron conmigo, yo al principio le dije, Miss, deme 15 días, en 15 días se les va a caer. Me dijeron, le doy hasta el lunes, señora. Ok, les puse otro tinte para...
Vamos a hacer esto. Yo sé que esto tiene que ver individual con su hijo o su hija. Eso lo discutimos después de que terminemos porque no queremos estar discutiendo sobre algo que tiene que ver con una de las criaturas. So, okay. La respuesta se dio y nomás de cortesía, acuérdense que las juntas son para darle la información y si hay algo en específico que tiene que ver con su hijo o su hija, por eso tenemos aquí la administración y la podemos asistir. Okay? So with that being said, just a quick reminder that these meetings are for us to share information with you. We don't have all the answers right at the moment, but we have no problem with passionate people in our district who want to make sure that we are taking advantage of getting those answers back to you. So this is your opportunity again, Mission Progressing Together. Before we conclude, I do have Ms. Flor who has an announcement.
Yes, before we finish, I just want to inform the parents that we are still having our district shirts. All the campuses have different sizes at their campuses. We have some here if you're interested. We have them for $10. We have certain sizes here, but if you're interested in other sizes or if you want to buy them from your campus, you're more than welcome to do so. Also, before we leave, when I extend the invitation, Ms. Sanchez, she's having a CTE Career and Technical Education Tour at the high school, and this will be exclusively for 7th, 8th, and 9th grade students. We're gonna have it on October 1st. There's more information on this table regarding that tour. If you're interested, you just can sign up as well. Before we leave, on your clipboards, we have an evaluation and a survey, and I would like to ask for you to take a few minutes to fill them out. That way you can give us feedback on that presentation and what other needs you have regarding any meeting or regarding your campus as well.
All right, so we are wrapping up today. This morning was a fast and furious one, but we start off with what's important is to discuss this safety information that we have in our district. We'd also, once again, like to thank our child nutrition department because those things are important, right? The food and security for our students and our staff. With that being said, we appreciate any day, any time that anywhere you could have been this morning, you were here with us. If you were not able to join us, don't fret, because we will be sending this information to you electronically. Again, thank you. This is Mission Progressing Together for San Luis I.S.D. Thank you.